Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today you get to see another aspect of what I actually do. You don't just see the car mechanic work stuff going on. You get to see why I have the chance to work on my own stuff and have my own garage just for my toys. Which, this is one of my older houses. It's kind of run down, but you'll get to see. Alright, right here, that's their trash pile. The city will come get that. Yeah, they'll come get it. But I'll have to pay for it because I already talked to them and they're not going to pay for it. It's their stuff. They left the car, which they're supposed to be fixing that. I'm going to turn you around here. I don't know what they're going to pick up. I don't know what they're going to leave. But get you a little bit of an example. I don't know what about burnt the wall up, but they tore the railings out. They had a wood stove and the pipes rusted outside. There's cobwebs. They took all the shelving out. All this was fresh paint and all those shelves were mounted. So they took all them shelves out and it's absolutely filthy. There's a hole here where a rat or something's been in here. Chewed its way through or something. Put a doggy door and taped it over. I think maybe the last renter actually did the doggy door. The fridge was actually sitting here when I left it. So they've shoved it in there, which I can live with that if that's better for them. Then they built these shelves. The door edges and facings are tore up all to pieces. The trim's all rotted. So it's nasty. The doors are beat all to pieces. Busted mirror. I guess she worked night shift or something. On the floor, I've got to relay some vinyl. I don't know what the stains, they did that. I don't know what the stains are on the door either. I don't know what that is. So we're gonna go upstairs. Just junk all over the wall. We had a leak. That's not their fault. It's an older house, like I said. They did break the edge off the steps, 2 places. We replaced one of them already from the last renter. So there's the nasty carpet. This carpet was cleaned before they moved in. I don't know how much the light will help, but and the door's broke. So did I mention they left a pile of stuff outside? So here we go, cruising on into the hallway back this way. And they swept stuff in a pile, so they made the effort to clean. I'd hate to have seen it before. That's nasty. Well, this is nowhere near the worst one I've had. And I don't know if I'm just getting numb to it or if I'm getting used to it, whatever the deal is going on here. It's actually not that bad. I don't know what your opinion is of it. Shoot your opinion down at the bottom of the comments or whatever. Let me know what you think. Is this bad? It's not really that bad. There's a lot of work. You can see here, this is something that, just to give you an idea of what I'm dealing with. And if you don't know what that is, anybody that's had rentals knows what that is. And you always find it in like door trim, backs of doors. See them chilling up there? See the little black spots? That's poop. And you see them in door trim a lot of times. I guess it's like a calling card for their buddies. Inside, anything that's got heat. See them chilling in there? And they're having a meeting right now. They're having a union meeting. So there's that. I don't know what that is. It's a piece of cardboard or something stuck to the wall. I don't know what's going on here. Now this house, like I say, it's an older house. It's got some issues. We're gonna have to tear some flooring out for some structural problems. Yeah, see the little black dots on the ceiling? All right, so the complaint here was just up in arms. Well, what it was, got months and months behind on rent, and then I finally put my foot down, and so shows up, slams the rent in my lap. I'm a sorry piece of crap because I want my rent money. And the messages were, this house has got electrical issues and all this. Let me show you something, okay? So you live in a house, all right? If you start having electrical issues, it's not always the house. Let me give you a little education here, if you will. Let me give you just a little bit of knowledge here if you don't know. All right. See all that little black dots in there? All them little dots all over the wall? Let me learn you something. All them roaches pile up in them outlets, have their little union meeting. That causes problems. That causes electrical shorts. That can cause tons of electrical issues. See this job here? All right, see them little black dots all over there? You may be able to see in the corner there. Let me get my phone out. I don't even know what to do with it. I'm hunting it. And like I said, this house ain't perfect. This house ain't perfect by no means. Okay, if you're gonna live here, you're gonna have to pay. You can't live here and not pay. That's just pretty much where I draw the line on these rentals. You call me, we'll come fix it. So you stick them roaches in there hanging out in the back here. I don't know if you can see him, but them guys are hanging out in your outlets. That's bad, okay? So when you have and in the bathroom, they're on the walls, them spots are on the walls. You know, that's, I mean, they took my head off my dang whatchamadoodle. You know, I'm not a bad landlord. I'm not a bad guy. But you gotta understand, you cannot live in one of my rental houses and not pay me. If there's a problem with the house, and if I'm so busy I just can't get to it, and I'm not doing my job as a landlord, if you move, I understand that. That makes sense to me. I'm not messed up with that. But if every time you call, have any problems, we come fix it, or anything, you're a little late on rent, I don't charge you late fee most of the time, but then you start being late on rent all the time, at some point I've got to step in there and be like, hey, you know, I've got bills I got to pay too, and I kind of try to base them off of everybody paying rent. I know I shouldn't, but I do. And then when you're a month and a half late, and I step in, I'm like, hey, you're gonna have to pay rent. You either pay or leave. And then you get mad at me. I'm just gonna throw it out there. You may want to reassess your life. If me wanting rent is the problem, but you don't have a problem living in the house. And if you have a problem in living in the house, then move. I'm not mad. Just don't destroy my house before you move. So, and I ain't trying to put nobody out there. This is not the only, and again, this ain't that bad. This is not that bad compared to some that I've had. But you see what I've got. You see what I was, you know, this house structurally, we're gonna have to shore up one of the floor joists. It's kind of sagging, it's an older house. It's no big deal. It'd have been hard to do with them living here, but we would have managed, we would have done it. There's some issues, that's the house. She didn't call, she didn't say, hey, you know, come fix this, or yada, yada, yada. And when if she ever did, we did come fix it. We didn't leave her hanging. We've never left her hanging, we fixed everything she ever asked about. And then when she didn't want to pay rent, only so much we can get through. You know, I can work with just about anything. Being late, being a little off here and there, I can absorb some of that. I factor in some of that. But when you just decide you're not gonna pay, it's not really an option. I mean, especially when you got a lease. This one's already, she's been here long enough to be out of the lease. So, you know, obviously the house was decent enough. So, you know, you've been in the house a couple of years, you've been out of the lease for a long time, and you've not mentioned any problems with the house, and then you move, and you didn't pay me the last month. I don't understand. I don't understand. But again, not trying to be a jerk about it. I just want people to understand what renters go through. So next time, oh, he's a slumlord, oh, he's a slumlord. And this isn't bad. Now again, this is not bad. I have had much, much worse. And there's food in the refrigerator and the power was off. And the water was still on and the power was off. And it's freezing outside, so the pipes could have frozen, busted. There's a lot of factors that you have to be aware of. You know, there's still a car hanging out in the driveway. There's absolutely trash everywhere that I'm gonna have to clean up, that I'm gonna have to pick up. I'm gonna have to pay to be picked up from the city where they've put it on the side of the road, or I'm gonna have to pack it up and haul it off. But regardless, it's not my trash. Plus you didn't pay this month. It's the end of the month. But I'm not gonna take you to court. I could, absolutely could. You'd owe me probably, I would be willing to bet you'd owe me $5,000 if I took you to court. Promise you that's how it'll go. But I do like I always do. Let them think that they're, I don't know, that it's my fault. I mean, it's absolutely stomping off mad like I done something. What? What? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here too. On Facebook, if you're not gonna pay your rent, and I meet you and you're crying, you can't pay your bills and all this stuff, don't put on Facebook that you went to Red Lobster with your guy, or you got your hair done and your nails done. Somebody might fall for that if you didn't post all that crap. It's kind of ironic to see all the out to eats and the bar hopping and all the, you know, Red Lobster. I don't eat Red Lobster because I know that I can't afford it. I have to pay my bills. But you eat Red Lobster, get your hair done, your nails done, and then you're late on your rent, and you're in the parking lot crying that you don't have gas money, and you don't have a way to feed your family and all this crap. Some people just aren't aware of, I guess, their own responsibilities. All right, that's my little sermon today. If it sounds like you, if the shoe fits, slide it on. Or at least reassess what you're doing. If you're mad at your landlord, because how you gonna get mad at your landlord when he wants his rent? I've literally had somebody say, all you care about's money. This is what I do for a living. If you was working at the McDonald's and you worked and then it was payday and it was like, then you was like, where my check at? And it was like, well, I'm gonna be a little late on your check. I had a flat this week and we had to put a new sign up out there. The company car had to put gas in the company car, and another employee got sick and I had to pay his doctor bill. How is any of that my responsibility? The way I see this is the way I see it. My responsibility, I'll set you straight on this. This is the real world. And a lot of people take advantage. But my responsibility is my family. My top priority in my world is make sure my family is taken care of. Will I help your family out? Absolutely. Will I take away from my family and make my own family struggle to help your family? Well, think about it. Okay, as an adult that has children, your job is to make sure your family is provided for, however you're supposed to. Whether it's food, whether it's a place to stay, that is your responsibility as that child's parent. Okay? So if you mess up, you overspend, you're eating at Red Lobster, you're eating all these places, and then you cannot afford rent, and you make it out to be my problem, my fault, okay, now you're affecting my family and me supporting my family. You feel me? Well, my responsibility is to make sure my family's took care of. All right, you're living in my rental. You are technically where I get my income from. So if you don't pay me, and especially if I own the house, I'm technically paying for your family to live there. And so not only am I not supporting my family, I'm supporting your family too. Some people need to reassess who they are and what they're doing. If you have a problem paying rent to me because you went to Red Lobster and you laid up at the bars and you got your hair done and your nails done and you're mad at me because I want rent, something don't seem right to me. Saying people got to reassess. Your responsibility is to parent your family. Okay. My responsibility is not to take care of your family. Your family is not my responsibility. My family is my responsibility. Now, if my family is doing okay and you're in a bind and I can help you, I don't care to help you. But my family will not do without to support your family because you wanted Red Lobster and hair done and nails done and lay up at the bars and all. Too much. Just saying. People gotta have a little more self-respect, accept responsibilities for their own actions. If you're gonna have these kids, you're going to raise them. That's all I have to say about that. This will be day one. We're actually starting on it. Today, my goal is to really just get sifted through all the material that I've brought. Start with the broom, knocking all the cobwebs down from the cob spiders. But yeah, get all the cobwebs down, work on the upstairs mainly. I worked for a restoration company for a long time and was part of the cleaning company. And you always start at the top, work your way down. You start, clean your light fixtures, your, anything, top of your doors and all that type of stuff. And then work your way down to the floor when you're cleaning. And then when you start painting, do the same thing. And so I'll start on the top level of the house, because once the top level of the house is done, we don't have any work up here, but downstairs we're going to tear out some flooring and some stuff there. But I think for the most part, just cleaning and caulking and painting upstairs and the carpet, actually shampoo the carpet. But I don't think we have to do any work up here besides maybe reattach to the door. So, all right, here we go. Let's get started. All right, so after further review of this rental, I'm actually going to go to one of the local stores and I'm going to buy, and I'll show you why. I'm going to buy some bug balm. I'm actually going to go get some kind of something, and I'll probably go ahead and bomb this joint today and leave this place alone for a little while. I think that's going to be the first start. That way I don't get into this and end up working backwards. So yeah, I'm going to put off day one and start bombing. Yeah, that's the answer. All right, so maybe we'll do some car stuff today. Let's leave this establishment, go get some bug balm, set them up, and do some praying, I guess, that it does something here. This is crazy. All right, here we go.